is Sports Fan with Robin Adams. It is good to have you along for another exciting 30 minutes. We are gearing up for another big show and the feast of all feasts. Yours truly is cooking today. First, let's tell you what else is coming up in the show.
The Soweto derby lives up to all the pre-match hype.
And the Amakosi have the lead after 7 minutes.
And nail-biting stuff in Cardiff as the Boks grab a come-from-behind win over Wales.
No, I thought the guys played well, but obviously, we mustn't play just one half. We must play two halves.
Also coming up, motorsport fans lap up all the action from Abu Dhabi as a new Formula One champion is crowned.
First championship is the youngest world champion ever recorded. He's definitely going to go on to be further world champion from this point on, of course.
And all the excitement from the pole dancing championships in Gauteng.
We have a very, very special guest joining us today. More details on this VIP coming up in the course of the show. First, OG recaps all the drama that played itself out in Soweto at the FNB Stadium. It was Kaizer Chiefs versus Orlando Pirates.
The Soweto derby between Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates has come under huge criticism in recent times, and the reason is a lack of goals. Well, today in their 50th official league meeting since 1985, there were a lot of goals.
Yes, I'm happy. I'm over the moon, I'm excited, and congratulations to our team. Our boys did very well.
I'd like to congratulate Chiefs. They played very well.
Just like to say thanks to Orlando Pirates for coming with the 3 points to Soccer City. They just brought the 3 points to us. We didn't ask them. They just brought it because they knew that they owe us a lot.
I'm very disappointed with the game where we played today, especially in the backline. We are very linking. I don't know what's happening in our backline.
Both teams will now shift focus to the Telkom knockout semi-finals, and if they both win, they'll meet again in the final. At the FNB Stadium, I'm OG Mulefe for Sports Fan.
Grassroots development has always been a thorny issue in South African sport. Sports bodies are often blamed for not doing enough for the needy. But change is coming for school kids living in Khayelitsha. Cape Town All-Stars owner Lunga Ncwana is on a mission to improve their lives.
That's one of the key areas, and we're very excited about the new Minister of Sport, seeing that he was also a young person before. And he's also passionate about soccer. One of the key areas that we've spoken about is that he's going to look into very, very seriously into the schools league. He likes the concept, and we're seeking for partnership with the department.
Cape Town All-Stars want to become the first truly township team from the mother city to play in the top flight, although the Vodacom League side from Khayelitsha might not be ready to play against top-class PSL teams just yet. The Cape side is ploughing money into school sports in the community in the hopes of developing top-class talent. Ncwana is not your ordinary football boss. The mining tycoon wants to empower the less fortunate. He also says his involvement in the game is driven by passion.
I don't want to talk about other people, but to talk about me. It's not a fashion trend. Owning a football team is like throwing a man in the back of a truck. There's no immediate returns, so it's more about plugging back to the community.
Cape Town All-Stars was established 3 months ago, and while the club is still young, Lunga Ncwana believes the long-term return on his investment will be the unearthing of new footballing talent. Ronald Masinda for Sports Fan in Cape Town.
We are cooking up a feast of note today. On the cards, braai vleis. We've got Robin's famous potjie. Listen, we are going all out today. We really are. Boks in action this past weekend. Second match on tour against Wales. And it was a thrilling one too.
First off, very, very tense.
Brilliant try for Wales. The youngster started it. And James Hook finishes it.
Obviously, second half, once they've spoken to the guys in the rooms, I think it went well. Yeah, I think it went well.
Victor Matfield on his own, and Matfield scores, and South Africa are in a golden phase of the game, and they take the lead.
No, I thought the guys played well, but obviously, we mustn't play just one half. We must play two halves. What I also don't understand is why you want to send up all those reserves. Any Springbok rugby player must be able to play 2 games in a row.
I think it went pretty well. I mean, it was pretty close at the end there. But you know, there are a few kind of old Springboks at the moment that I think could perhaps maybe take the bench for the next 2 games. But Wales, Ireland out the way, now it's Scotland, England.
Good old tasty dribble. You're a winner. Hope you're still enjoying the show. This is Sports Fan with Robin Adams. We're fast becoming South Africa's premier sports show. The Formula One motor season came to a thrilling finish in Abu Dhabi. Fans could hardly believe their luck when they saw a brand new Formula One champion crowned there.
Fantastic race. The safety car at the start really messed up people. And Ferrari and Alonso were chasing Webber, swapping each other, and didn't think Vettel would go to the front. But it was a fantastic race. Vettel deserved a champion.
It was a fantastic race. Pity that Webber got so far behind. But it was nice that Alonso got held up as well, and it wasn't an easy run for him. So Vettel really pushed hard, and Kubica also had a great race. He's also up and coming. Next year you can watch out for him, and I think well done to Vettel. It was a great race for him.
First championship, he's the youngest world champion ever recorded. He's definitely going to go on to be further world champion from this point on, of course. And hopefully he stays with Red Bull because they're the best team at the moment.
It's time for a short commercial break, but here's what's still ahead on the show. Flying the flag for Sports Fan at the BMG Classic at the Glendower Golf Course.
I'd like to think I'm the Tiger Woods of the office.
The Moves for Life program wants to bring the game of chess closer to young South Africans. And our special guest arrives for our culinary feast. Find out who our mystery man is after the break.
Check out my curry, Mikey. Check out my curry. Welcome back to Sports Fan with Robin Adams. Our guest is minutes away. We're being joined by some friends of the show as well. Sports Fan represented quite well recently in the BMG Classic at the Glendower Golf Course in Johannesburg. Head of Sport, Guy Hawthorne, OG Malefe, took part in the pre-tournament pro-am there.
Determined to put on a good show at the Glendower Golf Course, OG arrived at the crack of dawn to practice his putting.
I'd like to think I'm the Tiger Woods of the office. But my golf is okay. It's like an average weekend golfer type of thing. But a bit rusty at the moment, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens out there today.
Guy, who claims to know Joburg like the palm of his hand, had trouble finding the Edenvale venue.
No, I don't think you go past there, no.
Guy, I was going to phone you for directions. I'm glad I did.
Since they put this new flyover in, this place is a little bit difficult to find it. I hope I'm not lucky out on the golf course. But if I hit the ball in the rough, I better have a good caddy.
Guy and OG were joined by 22-year-old professional golfer Brandon Grace. They were hoping to pick up a few tips from him.
I need all the tips I can get at this stage of the game.
But
I'm relying on Tiger Malefe to pull us through.
I've heard so. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I can't always promise these things, but yeah, like I said, it will be an enjoyable day. So hopefully they enjoy it and hopefully they get what they came for.
Brandon teed off first, with Guy and OG obviously hoping to sip from his fountain of professional experience. But Guy's best strength is writing stories, not actually being the story. OG looked impressive and did well to live up to his nickname, Tiger. Well, Guy and OG are onto their second hole of the round, but I've got a feeling that they might play a little bit better without the added pressure of a camera crew following them around. So I think we're going to leave them in peace to finish off their round. For Sports Fan in Johannesburg, I'm Carly Weinberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor is here. He's finally arrived. I'd like to introduce you to the most powerful man in sport. He's a friend of Sports Fan now, Fikile Mbalula. Welcome. Welcome to Sports Fan. And you can see I've been cooking up a bit of a feast for you. Please make yourself at home.
Yes.
You can introduce yourself to everybody. They are quite anxious and keen to meet you while I get my wors all sorted in the meantime. Because it seems to be burning here. Obviously, it's great for us to have you on Sports Fan.
Yes.
We'd like to think that we're a show that rubs shoulders with rather important people, the ordinary fans of South Africa.
Yes.
And like I said, yeah, it's really great to have you here.
Yeah.
I was chatting to people from your office earlier, and we were asking, how was the first couple of days or the first week in office been?
Well, it has been fantastic and very hectic from a point of view of trying to acclimatize and adapt to the new situation. We have to meet everybody, the top management, and also we are now embarking on a process of meeting the federations. Everybody welcome us with open hands, and there's no place like this. I mean, this is home.
No, indeed.
Yeah.
And sport always been a passion for you? Have you always been quite interested in sport?
Yes. Look, I've never been a person who's got a design of what I like. I know that I like engaging with people, mobilizing, innovative in terms of ideas. In the main, our main emphasis is the question of defining and developing a framework for school sport in South Africa. Because if you talk about development in the country, the foundations of development should be school sport.
Yeah.
The best rugby players, African black players, have been produced through school sports.
Zola, would you like to sit a little closer? In fact, I'd like to bring Zola in at this stage.
Yes.
Zola is from the Soweto Rugby Club, and I'm glad you're talking about development and getting school sports involved. I mean, tell us a bit about your organization.
Firstly, let me start by saying congratulations, Minister.
Thank you.
On your appointment. And with the school sports idea, Robin, he's actually talking about what we stand for, Soweto Rugby Club. We came up with a 5-year plan, and within that 5-year plan, I would just quote something out of it. We said by 2015, Minister, in Soweto, we would like to introduce rugby to plus or minus 10,000 kids. And I'm proud to say to you now that within the 2 months of implementing that 5-year plan, we've already touched about 1,000 kids already.
I think what must define the moment for us is action, and to make things happen and quicker and faster. And in this particular instance, we've got to create an infrastructure and a building that everybody will know in South Africa that is a sports complex built with resources of the taxpayers to look after sport in South Africa. Even the underdeveloped federations must be housed in that sports complex, and government must look after them, not by way of running them, but by ensuring that we fix the leadership, we fix the administration, so that the different federations, there is a sense of direction in terms of what needs to be done.
On that note, shall we eat?
Yes.
Let's dish up, let's eat, let's feast. Everyone's eating, everyone's happy, Minister's happy, I'm happy. Got to tell you, the 2010 World Shore Angling Championship took place down the Cape's west coast. Percival Young was there and filed this report for Sports Fan.
Welcome to Veldrift, one of the many fishing communities in the Western Cape. For the locals, fishing is a living. But this past week, this coastal town and the neighbouring Saldanha Bay became the hunting grounds for the World Shore Angling Championships. 27 teams from 16 countries converge on the shores of the West Coast in search of a big catch. In the men's category, the competition was tight, with the SA men's team finishing in 6th place.
Oh, there's certainly a fair amount of coaching to be done and pinch the ideas from the overseas countries. They fish different to us.
But angling is no longer just a favourite pastime for men. More and more women are competing in this sport.
The international teams are used to, they've been doing it for many years. I mean, this is, I think, the 18th World Championships for the ladies. And both Namibia and ourselves, we're not used to this type of competition.
Ireland eventually walked away with first prize in the men's category, while Brazil took the honours in the women's. Next year the competition is set to take place in Italy, and Team SA have vowed to put up a more improved performance. Percival Young for Sportsfan.
After the break here on Sportsfan, Peter Stemmet recaps the Wines to Wales mountain biking tour.
We're in Grabouw, South Africa's apple country.
And the mighty reign supreme at the World Powerlifting Games in Potchefstroom.
Mr. Minister, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but at Sportsfan, we're very passionate about other sports, passionate about generating publicity to so-called minor sports, and one of those sports is chess. Now, the National Moves for Life program aims to introduce the game as part of an educational development program in schools. Carvin Goldstein picked up the story for us for Sportsfan.
It's not common to see chess played in rural KwaZulu-Natal, but Sindile Kulu has been working hard to change that. He is helping thousands of children and adults make the right moves.
And I've been organizing very successful tournaments in Durban in particular, and I've also gone to other places, like for instance in Kandla. I've started an organization there called KwaZulu Chess.
Kulu is part of the National Moves for Life program and believes introducing chess into rural schools will help educational development.
The game of chess develops your problem-solving skills and develops your concentration.
In December, a chess tournament will be held in Nkandla, and President Jacob Zuma is one of the entrants. But the president will have to watch his moves because he will be up against some talented newcomers to the game. Carvin Golston for Sportsfan in Durban.
Welcome to the Big Apple, sort of. We're in Grabouw, South Africa's apple country. Sportsfan is here to cover the Contigo Wines to Wales tour. Day one saw the competitors leave Lawrenceford Wine Estate near Somerset West and end in Grabouw. They made their way through a tough 75-kilometer course designed to test their mountain biking skills. Eventually, Eric Kleinans and Oliver Munich crossed the line in first place. Although Louis Bresler-Kneip and Adrian Lowe won the second stage, Kleinans and Munich were not relinquishing their title just yet. As for the women, Taylor and Van Jaarsveld were beginning to eye the title, but were cautiously optimistic. As dawn broke for the final stage, the mountain bikers would leave Grabouw and end up in and amongst the Wales in Onrus near Hermanus. The final stage saw the riders trek 85 kilometers through dirt, grime and a ferocious southeaster. The men's title was wrapped up by Kneip and Lowe, who were relentless in their pursuit of victory.
At the beginning of the day we knew we had to go on the climbs, so we pretty much just waited for the climbs and then we went and see what we could do, and the energy never stopped coming and we could pull it off.
And after wrapping up a hat-trick of stage wins, Taylor and Van Jaarsveld conquered the women's section.
They said that this is the easiest stage, and I must admit that whoever said that has not done this stage. This was the hardest for me by far. I suffered really bad out there today, and the whole time I just kept thinking, oh, I wish it could finish now. So, yeah, very happy to be finished.
The cyclists all agree that it was a tough route, but they all had a whale of a time, and they promised that they'll be back for more action next year. For Sportsfan in Onrus, I'm Peter Stemmet.
The get-together with the Sports Minister was also a networking opportunity, we introduced him to the Kyokushin Karate Club of Katlehong.
We may not be aware of the challenges with regard to karate management, but we need to bring stability in every sporting code. So our action plan is to engage with everyone. Once we have understood, like we raised the issue of the challenges, we are able to take steps for each federation and give them time frames in terms of development. What is it that we want to see?
The 40th IPF World Powerlifting Championships took place at the Northwest University in Potchefstroom. The event did not attract a major crowd, but die-hard fans certainly enjoyed the action on offer.
The good thing about the International Powerlifting Federation, we have over 100 nations that compete. Here we have over 29 nations from around the world competing, and we are the largest international federation in the world. There were 208 contestants, and I'm happy to see that not only do we have lifters from South Africa, this is the first time we actually have lifters from Nigeria also competing in our World Championship.
South African Jaco Klaasen managed a mind-boggling 350 kgs in the deadlift. Klaasen eventually earned silver in his category. But it was Russia's Igor Gagin who took top honors and walked off with the accolades. Obviously, an emotional moment for Gagin, proof that weightlifters are not made of steel.
Mr. Minister, again, thank you very much. It was such a pleasure having you.
Yes, no, thank
Well, it was more a pleasure cooking for you, I think.
Yes, yes.
So I'm looking forward to having you over at some stage in the future again.
Yes.
Gone are the days where pole dancing was confined to dark, dingy corners. It is now out in the open, as was illustrated in an event at the weekend, in which the girls competed for the title of Miss SA Pole Fitness Champ.
Everybody thinks pole dancing is just for strippers. You know, even with sponsors, they don't want to touch it because they're associated with sleazy clubs. And actually it's taken the world and South Africa by storm as a form of sport and exercise.
The flexibility and the strength, one can compare to gymnastics, and the gracefulness of the routines and finesse of the dancers. One can see that there's a whole lot of hard work that's been put into that, and a lot of training and dedication from the girls.
It was a delight for all, as the ladies entertained a massive audience at the Vodacom Dome. In the end, the title went to Julie Swart, who showed off some serious skills on the pole.
It was wicked. I haven't competed since 2008, so for me tonight, I mean, I was really nervous, but it was awesome. To have such a nice group of people supporting everyone here, it was really cool.
For Sportsfan, I'm Nina Oosthuizen.
Finally a chance for me to sit back, relax, have a bit of my own potjie. I need to tell you, we've had an overwhelming response from the public in terms of email, Facebook, Twitter, messages of support to the show. But also in between that, a lot of you are saying that a lot of the esports on-air personalities look a lot like big-name sports stars, international-name sports stars. Take a look and see if you agree. And that's the show for this week, and what a fantastic show it's been. Fikile Mbalula is an absolutely top-class guy. Looking forward to having him on the show again in the future. In the meantime, I'll see you back here next week. Stay in touch with us, www.facebook.com. We're also on Twitter, regular updates there, twitter.com/SportsFanTV, and of course, you know the email address. It's sportsfan@enishchannel.co.za. I'll see you back here again next week. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Karine. And I'm Cherise. And you're watching Sports Fan with Rob and Adams. Yay!
Yay! Very cool. Thanks a lot, eh?
Cheers, bye-bye. That was the worst ever shot. Let's try it all again.